Good morning, class. You're going to be working on the protective container bottom. We're working on the competitor and creating that first before you try to do your own design. So let's do this. So the bottom has a bunch of different things going on. I can actually click on it and show you real quick. I actually printed it out so I don't have to click back and forth. But so you can see what's going on. We're going to make sure we have these holes in the bottom. We need this little slot here. One of the things that I picked up that I missed in the first run when we first tried this is that this little 0.5, we have to offset the circle a little bit. So I'll show you how to do that. And we'll go from there. Okay, so we can get rid of this, hide this. All right, so we're going to go into here. We'll go to the bottom, so the green-red plane. So that shows you top nice and square like that. Go to the rectangle tool, the 2-point rectangle tool. Start at the left and pull right and up. The first thing I noticed is I was in inches. So I'm going to drop down here on the arrow, go here, hit this, and make this millimeter. Now I can go ahead and put my dimensions in. So for this one, it does follow the same as the paper. When we get into the other one, we're going to have to adapt some stuff because it doesn't work. So this is fine though. So we're doing 41 in this direction, 41 millimeters. And in this direction, we are doing 55. We're going to hit finish. And then we're going to extrude it. So we're going up here. So we're extruding it 30, where is it? 32. Okay. Now, we need to round just the front corners. So we're looking for just the front, just this one and this one. So I'm going to go to fillet, click here, and click here. And then I'm going to change you can do it here or here, but I'm going to change that so that curve is 3 millimeters, and hit OK. The next thing we're going to do is kind of cut it out. So that's called shelling. Go here to shell, click here. And we want the whole thing, 3 of the sides are 2 millimeters and one side is 3. So we're going to put in 2 for everything because that's how a shell works. And then I'm going to go to this here. Oh, no, hold on. I don't like that. Maybe this one. That'll do. I can see now inside here, right? So I'm going to go to extrude. You could use press, pull. I'm not going to. That's like a new function for me. So, whoa, that's like an optical illusion. Okay, here we go. And we're just going to add 1, right? Because 2 plus 1 equals 3. So if you look at the top now, see how this is a little thicker? That's the way you want it. Okay, the next thing you're going to be doing is you can work on either the right or the left. But when you do it, you're going to be doing the sharp corner, not the rounded. So the thing about this is you want to make sure that your view cube is showing the words in this direction, as long as you drew your rectangle the way I did, because that allows it to, you're drawing it in the right spot, essentially. So we're going to go to sketch, click here, and we're going to draw a circle. Oh, we're not going to draw a circle. First, we're going to draw 2 lines. I forgot I have to do this. We could do this a couple different ways, but this is, for me, the easiest. So I'm doing, guess what I didn't do, guys? I didn't make it. Stop. I'm hitting escape so that I'm not in it. I'm selecting this and I'm making it construction. Now when I go back, I'll make it construction for correctly. There we go. We're good to go. I hit escape. So I have 2 construction lines. I'm turning that off because I don't want it to do that on the circle. And then I'm going to go ahead and click these 2 sides. So remember, it was just 0.5. So it's not that much of a difference. But everything matters, I promise. Okay, now we're going to draw a circle and see I don't have that. Like it shouldn't be selected so that it's a solid line. And then we can draw that in. So that dimension is 5. If you're looking at the schematics, you're going to see 2.5. That's just because it's radius versus diameter. But this one is 5 for diameter. And we can hit finish sketch. And now what we're going to do is extrude that through. So I'm picking, if you look, I'm like picking the Pac-Man part. And I'm going this way. Okay, and it needs to be 10. So in this case, it's going to be negative 10. And I just typed 11. Okay, 10. There we go. Hit okay. So there's a couple different ways you can do this, but what we're going to do is we're going to mirror it. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to draw on this top. Nope, I'm not going to do that because it's not a line we're going to mirror. We're going to use a plane. I'm going to click on this offset plane. I'm trying to get so that I'm clicking on the existing front plane. And now I'm moving it in. So if you remember, our dimensions were, does anybody remember? 55. So what is half of 55? It's actually 27.5. So we're going to type that in if we can. Yep. And that puts it right in the middle. Hit okay. And then let's hit the house. So if you hover over here, it's going to pop up your house. Go ahead and do that. And now we're going to mirror. So I go to create, down to mirror. And then instead of bodies, we're going to do features. We're going to pick that little shape we made. It's okay if it highlights that other part. It doesn't affect it. Select this, hit plane. Okay. It's on the other side. Looks beautiful. Okay, we have to cut out a piece here so that the two hinges can meet each other. So you're going to go here to sketch. I'm going to go to the top like this, square it up. And I'm going to pick this edge here. And then I'm going to go here to the rectangle. I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw it bigger, or like not quite where it is. And then I'm going to do a coincident. So what I'm doing is I'm gluing it to the certain places that it needs to go. So I can do the dot and the line. I can do, like the point, not dot, point, line. But we have to make sure that this makes it to this edge and this makes it to that edge. So that's what I'm looking to do. Finish. Then we're going to extrude. Remove this direction. So we are going for that. The heck is that? I think it's 2.5, but do you think I can find it on the drawing right now? Yep, 2.5. Found it. So in my case, it's negative, so 2.5. It's got the cut already here, but if not, you want to switch that to cut and hit OK. Okay, there's two other things that we need to add to this. So we're going to go to the front and we're going to add right on the front a rectangle. And so you're just going to draw a rectangle. Hopefully it doesn't align with anything and lock you into anything. And we're going to dimension from here to the bottom and bring your mouse over 19. Ooh, that's an 18. 19.5. And then from here to here is 3. And then from here to here is 15. See how it's not in the center? So the way they did that is they just measured it. They just gave you this dimension here, which is 20. So let me zoom out so you can see 15, 20, 19.53. So that gives you this little rectangle. And you can see it's fully defined. It's not blue anymore. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and extrude that little rectangle. And for this, I'm just going to pull this through. I'm not going to worry about the dimension. It just automatically does a cut when you pull it through it like that. And you hit OK, and bam, that little cutout's in. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is the air holes on the bottom. And I'll tell you this, they don't give you everything when we do this. Is it going to let me? No. When you do this, like on the map, on the drawing, it doesn't give you everything. If this happens, go back up here and go to your arrow, just so you're in the right direction. So I've made a sketch on this part here. And now I'm going to do circle and just draw a circle. Okay, so let's put some dimensions on this thing. So it doesn't tell you the size, but I'm going to go based on the other stuff. It looks like it's about 2. So that is annoying, but it is what it is. All right, so now I'm going to click on, from my dimension tool, the center point in this line. Maybe, if it'll let me. I'm trying to do the center point and this line. There we go. So you may have to do what I did where you're clicking multiple times. And then I'm going to bring it down here. So that's going to be 15. And then we're going to do the center point and this line. Look, it doesn't do it. So oh my God. There we go. I needed to think. We all have days like that, I guess. Our computer has more than us. Okay. That's what we're looking for. So good luck on that little part. That was so weird. All right. We could pattern this now, but instead I'm going to hit check and I'm going to extrude it first. I think my computer's just laggy right now. We'll go here. I'm going to do this so I can see what's going on. So I hit home. And then I'm just going to cut through. Again, I don't care about the depth because as long as it's cutting through, like I could go to through all. And then I don't have to put in a depth. It just does it. So, okay. So now that we have that, let's go back to top. But I want to be in the same direction as the drawing. So that's this way. Again, when you hover here, your arrows show up. Okay. So now we're going to do a rectangular pattern. Here it is. Rectangular pattern. And then instead of bodies, I'm going to pick features. And I'm going to have to move this a little bit so that it'll allow me to pick this. And then what axis am I going to use? Let's just use that plane. Will it let us use that plane? No? Okay, it'll let me use the straight line. So I'm going to do that because then it gives me this going in that direction, which looks good. So if you move this, you can see the 10 is moving, 15 here. So that number there should be 20. Let's make that 20. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit enter. Double click. And then in the other direction, we're going to do more than one, right? So now it's like we're going this way. So again, you can see it's moving, and that one is going to be 10. Now, the 3 looks good. It's 3 across, but it's 5 up. So I'm going to go here and switch this one to 5. And hit OK. There's your air holes. So this is everything on the drawing built. So we're going to hit save on this, and I'm going to call this one bottom. And hit save. And I saved it to a folder. If it might be helpful to do a folder for this. But I'm not going to put that in this part. So you have this saved. You're good. Let's hit stop on this video and I'll start the next one.